I'm recording, and that means you're recording.
Whoa!
It's happening already, baby.
It's happening. We're here. Oh, we don't have to clap to sync.
I know. It's a blessing.
And a curse.
And a curse. Let's go over the cons and the pros of recording in person once again.
I can choke you at any time if you say something I disagree with.
Guess we'll really figure out who would win in a fight.
That's a con for me, but a pro for you.
Hey.
We don't kink shame here.
We don't kink shame.
Hey, we're back in, if you can't tell, Tom and I are back in person.
Under one roof.
Under one roof.
Yeah.
And we're recording together in person, and I feel great about it.
It's a good choice so far. It has been a minute. Literally 1 minute. But
that was a lame-ass joke.
I wasn't even trying to make a joke. I just had to clarify because I didn't realize how it sounded.
Yeah.
But, so apologies if we are a little rusty. I'm hoping we don't get suddenly way too loud because there's two of us now. And
we have to outshout each other when we're in the same room.
Yeah, that tends to happen. But thank you for being on this journey with us.
Yeah, we missed you. We missed each other. We'll pretend like we never saw each other, but that's not true. We hang out a lot.
We hung out a lot, just not on a microphone.
Yeah.
Not on air.
Not for your entertainment.
Yeah, we do it for us.
We're people outside of this podcast. Speaking of people outside of this podcast, quick shout out to my dear friend Patrick's mother, Jude. She told us that last week the episode we uploaded only had my audio. So if you listen to it within the first 24 hours of release, you got the very special version of Central Crisis, the one that everyone wishes would get released every week, which was just my audio talking to myself.
I feel like we joked at one point about releasing our podcast in parts like that. We'd put your audio one place and put mine somewhere else, and then you have to sync them together. It's like a secret episode. This was not us trying to do that.
It wasn't even, we weren't even close to April Fool's, so we couldn't play it off that way.
No.
Really was devastating, but, you know, you learn, you live, you laugh.
We really, we did learn. There's someone on our Instagram also informed us of this. So definitely two of you at least heard it. I'll tell you what happened. I'll
Please.
We recorded our parts. I put them together. I edited the whole show. and then I just mistakenly uploaded just a file you sent me. And not the edited version. So,
oh my god! So it had like all of the shit of us talking during the intro song,
which wasn't like a lot. Yeah, and it's just your part of it.
And sometimes we talk about private things during that time. It's
sometimes
like a fun,
we do.
It's kind of like in when you're doing a live show and you're like people are waiting in the wings for things to happen. Like for some reason, it's like almost like being at midnight at a sleepover and you like tell them secrets that you would never feel. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, absolutely.
Sometimes it's like that during our intro song. Like we'll tell each other secrets.
Yeah, like I haven't pooped in 3 days.
Oh my god, have you really done
No, that's just like an example of a secret.
I was gonna be like, do you want to like try to like bidet it out? I don't think that's how it would work. That wouldn't work. I haven't tried it or anything.
Sure.
Anyways, thank you to both the Instagram person. I was about to check who it was on Instagram, but I literally 5 seconds ago deleted Instagram in front of Talon. So
is that Sarah Pearson?
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. So sweet.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
It really was just.
It wasn't a special edition.
Wasn't a special edition.
Us being goofy. We were in a goofy, silly mood. Silly, goofy mood.
Goofy, silly mood. And yeah, now you get to, you see how the beans are grounded.
How those beans get made into sweet, sweet bean juice.
Sweet podcast bean juice. I gotta tell you what's weird right now for me.
Yeah, what's up?
Is like having, I feel like I should be looking at the computer because that's normally where you are.
I am noticing you struggling, and sorry for lots of mouth noises. I'm drinking tea.
We're drinking tea. We gotta be conscious about.
We'll get into that in a whole minute. We'll go to the tea talk, but
great, good.
The tea, if you will.
The tea. A new segment we're starting called the tea.
The tea.
You're welcome.
It's all about Talon, and
yeah,
I
am making a lot of glances at the computer, which is really annoying. A really annoying habit to have developed in all of this. I do it at work too. Like I feel like I know I've said this before, but when I'm talking to someone and I want to be like directly communicating to them, I have to look down and to the left because that's where
they are.
Their face is to me. Like it's.
I will also say this is oddly intense being able to make eye contact with you while we're recording.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Is this how we used to do it?
This is how we did it at one point.
Feels very intimate.
Yeah. It's weird.
Yeah, that's why we're so close as podcast hosts, is because we're constantly doing mindfulness exercises, looking each other deep in the eyes for hours on end. And
breathing, deep breathing
together.
out, inhale as you exhale, so we're breathing the same breath back and forth.
That literally just made my whole back shudder. I hate the idea of that.
Well,
I don't want to inhale somebody's exhale.
That's
sloppy seconds. That's
not
what they call that.
Okay. It's not what you said when we did it, but okay, I guess we'll stop.
This is what it is. Hey, it was, we had a Thursday and a Friday off last week.
We did. There was that day with the turkey.
The day with the turkey. How was your experience?
It was good. It was chill. It was Elena and I and Mishka, the Craigslist dog. And yeah, it was really super, super chill. The turkey... I wasn't proud of it. Now, here's the problem. Here's where we went wrong.
Okay.
We chose a bad turkey. You know? It just wasn't the best product to start with.
Okay.
And the other part we went wrong is the brining process. But I mostly blame the turkey.
Yeah. No, go for it. Blame the turkey.
Yeah.
Wait, what went wrong with the brining process?
Well, last year we made this work. I didn't have a thing. Like, I don't have a pot to fit in turkey.
Big enough for a turkey, yeah.
So I kind of brined it last year in like just a big bowl that didn't quite cover the turkey, but I made sure to like actually give it like a flip.
Yeah.
In the process.
Sure.
Last year it came out great. Also, I think it was a better turkey. This year I just didn't flip it, which meant it was a little salty.
There's like an Achilles heel right up. Yeah. Oh, it was too salty because you didn't flip it.
That's what my understanding of the logic is to me.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yes. Yeah. I feel like because I didn't flip it, the salt also didn't have enough space to like go. It just didn't evenly distribute. And it just was
salty boy.
I gotta tell you, with cranberry sauce, delicious. Without it,
unbearable.
Just tortured. Just too much. Just overdid it.
I will say you did make one of the best turkeys of my life. I have had your turkey. It almost made me weep. It was really good.
Oh,
so
yeah, thank you. I can understand why I was a little bummed this year. But you know what? There's going to be other turkeys, maybe soon.
Yeah.
And now I know.
Now we know.
And now I learned.
It's Mike's Super Short Show.
Mike's Super Short Show. How was yours?
Trademarked. We don't want to get taken down by Disney.
That's true. We don't want Disney Plus guy for us.
Yeah, mine was fine. I just got violently ill the entire week I was home. So yeah, I drove home. I got home on a Friday. That Saturday, I woke up and my throat hurt so bad I wanted to rip it out. And then it just continued to be the most painful sore throat I've ever had in my life.
Yeah.
Until Turkey Day, essentially.
Damn.
Yeah, it blew ass. So that's why I'm drinking a lot of tea, because now even if I yawn still, my tonsils hurt.
Sad.
Which they tested me for a bunch of stuff. They said nothing was wrong. She was like, I think it's just a cold. And I was like, okay, I guess.
Yeah.
But here I am a week later still drinking my tea. It's fine. I'm probably going to be fine.
You're probably going to be fine.
My throat probably won't fall out.
You know, it's weird. I feel like Elena and I both kind of caught a cold like shortly after our trip.
Yeah. 'Tis the season. We're all seeing each other in person.
Yeah, I think we're definitely like the masks are coming down a little bit more, and it's obviously opening the door to other things that we normally get all the time. So yeah, but it feels like it came back with a vengeance.
I think it's mad that there was a whole year and a half where it couldn't torture us.
Yeah, it was like
the common cold has been really overlooked. It's feeling a little neglected.
We have a thing every year. I'm like clockwork, and this year, what? You hold out on me? You didn't even give me a warning.
Is he from where? He's from like Cincinnati or something?
Yeah, Midwest.
Yeah. He likes, what's that stuff called? The chili? The really gross chili with spaghetti in it. I think it's called Cincinnati chili.
Sure. Boston baked beans? I don't know.
Yeah, should we start the show?
Let's do it! Live. Ish.
Secrets time.
Okay.
You caught my eye in the grocery line, and I fancied myself a man worth your time, and I couldn't help thinking, I wish you were mine, a man-seeking woman whose total is 589. I don't do this often, I'm not like other guys.
podcast for listener, out with No Nut November. Welcome to Dicksember. It's time for another Craigslistential Crisis, a show where we take the misconnection section into new directions. I'm Talon Bigelow.
I'm Sarah Thompson, and we're here. We had a really goofy secret time.
Yeah.
That you'll never know about.
You'll never know unless
he uploads the wrong file again.
Or maybe, do you think this could be like a premium service? Like, do you think people would pay $5 just
to
for all
listen to us?
The shit we cut out of the podcast?
Yeah.
Do you think there's any chance they would think that holds any value compared to what we actually put out?
I think people would charge us to listen to that. They would be like, give me $5 for damages.
Okay, yeah. If you want to join our premium podcast service, give us your address. I'll send you $5 so that you can start.
Hey, this podcast is all about America's favorite list. It's Craigslist. Craigslist is like an online message board you can post on for free. The specific section that I'm enamored by and Talon absolutely adores is the missed connection section, which is like a coffee shop meeting board for people who thought they had a connection but didn't get the chance to act on it. So now they're posting it on the internet for a bunch of strangers to read in the hopes that maybe the one person it's meant for will find it and clap eyes on that bad boy.
Well said.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's usually what it's for. What often happens is just people wanting to just get freaky with whoever.
Whoever is willing to put a genital in their hole.
Whoever's willing to answer. Or sometimes it's just people will describe a person with no follow-up. So just say, brown eyes, you had a yellow coat.
You're like, thanks.
Yeah. People, maybe Craigslist needs to do a better job of explaining what the misconnection section is for.
I think it's like you get invited and then you have to know. You don't get invited. Anyone can come. It's not exclusive.
It's not exclusive at all.
Here's a misconnection for you, Tom. Oh, the other thing we do is we read these blind, cold. Cold.
Is doing this in person really throwing us off?
Yes, it is. It's just there's a lot of energy. There's like a lot of energy in the room. I'm not used to like feeling this energized during the podcast.
Missing. Yeah.
So we read these cold, which means that the ones that Talon is about to read, he's never clapped eyes on unless he happened to run across them, and the ones that he'll give to me, I've never seen either. So,
bingo,
bango, bongo.
Let's get the shit started.
Let's do it.
All right. Soft brown hair lifted by the wind in your speedboat. Your eyes linger upon my long and lean frame while I struggle to determine why my card was declined. In line, I wait to see if the fellow with the glasses is behind the counter, the one I can't get off my mind. Let's just say if it were you, me, and some rope in a room, I wouldn't mind getting in a bind. See you soon. Smiley face. Wow.
Yeah. What do you think? What are your feelings? What are your initial vibes here?
I was confused by the subject.
Yeah,
at
because
first.
We will say this is tagged in the middle of a very commercial street. Like there's shops on it. Mm-hmm. This is not somewhere you could ride a speedboat down. We'll say that much.
Yeah, very much just a road.
Have you heard of those? They're like for driving and stuff.
It's like a hard ocean, but for like a car instead of a boat.
It's like a hard ocean.
Yeah. Like a stiff ocean. So it's like that. I was confused by that. I'm a little confused. Okay, your eyes linger upon my long and lean frame. While I struggle to determine why my card declined. I'm in line and I see. You're introducing the fellow with the glasses behind the counter. I know.
Is that the same person?
Is it the same person who is the your in this? I got a little lost.
I did get a little lost. When you're gonna be writing, we got to be careful about our second person, third person mix up here.
Mostly a grammar podcast if it's your first time.
Yeah, shockingly, Craigslist. We agree that there should be apostrophe there so that you know it is.
It belongs to Craig.
It is possessive. Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, I'm getting confused by the grammatical parts.
Yeah.
And then you get hit with a real
strong closer. Yeah.
Yeah, like just suddenly throwing us into a hypothetical. You meet some rope.
In a room.
I'm bound in rope. But it's just like. I'm in line in a coffee shop. I want to see if the man behind the counter with the glasses works there. I would love for him to bound me in my room. I'll be naked and I'll be also gagged.
Yeah. It's a strong closer.
As far as like 3-act structure goes, I feel like this could use an act in between 2 and 3, just explaining how we got there.
Agreed. Like maybe we need a little bit more relationship building between Long and Lean and Glasses here. I also love that they refer to their own physique. I think that is excellent that they have a Long and Lean frame.
They gotta describe themselves
so that everyone knows who they are. Yeah, that's true.
And they said your eyes lingered. Your eyes lingered. Listen, you saw me.
Next time you meet eyes with somebody in a line, just know that they could imagine you tying them up, which I suppose is better than the alternative. I guess I would rather somebody imagine me tying them up than them imagining tying me up.
Right.
Just because, not for any kink preferences, but in this hypothetical world, it makes me more nervous.
If the other person's a stranger.
If we're friends, if we have a relationship,
sure,
tie me up. Go for it.
Right. But when you need lack of trust means I'd rather have the control in that situation.
Yes, exactly.
So that's all that. It's just a trust issue at the end of the day.
At the root of its core.
Yeah.
This is about trust, and you haven't earned it yet. So maybe pump the brakes just a little bit.
Maybe just I'm going to assume you know their name, but do you? I know you didn't say it, and maybe that's just you're being polite on the internet, but do you know their name?
I don't think so. And also, to be frank, I'm going to be frank here.
If that's their name.
If that's even their name. I don't know. My first read, I thought this was maybe a customer service representative customer interaction.
Right.
And we all know how we feel about those.
We do.
We all know, and if this is your first episode, we're not going to tell you how we feel about it. You're going to have to do the legwork yourself. Go listen to old episodes.
Yep, and you're going to have to listen to all 95 to understand.
All 95. Can you believe?
Actually, 96. I think this is 97.
Good God.
Yeah.
We've got a real body of work. Ugh. Is it a good body? Body, yaddy, yaddy. We'll leave that to you. Anyways, that's all I had to say about that one, but I just... Strong closer there.
Yeah, definitely takes not a U-turn. Just a hard left. Just a hard Louis.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a soft Louis, but anyway, here's one for you.
Thanks. Saw you working at the neighborhood grocery store. Over by the cheese. In the produce. By the door, vacuuming. Making a sandwich. At the express checkout. Oh my God, why are all of you so hot? Why do I always come to the store dressed like a scrub? I will never have a meet cute this way. Now, before they said making sandwiches, I will also say, full disclosure, I also have this one in my...
Oh,
I know you said you tried to find ones I wouldn't have. I also have this one in my pocket.
When you fish in the same pond, sometimes you both hook the same fish.
Sometimes you get a big fat trout.
Yep.
Big meaty boy.
Yep, 2 hooks, 1 trout.
Viral video.
I didn't mean to make that a reference, but I did.
But you did, and we're gonna sit in it. I before they said making a sandwich, I was fully convinced that this was a Trader Joe's because the raw sexuality of being in a Trader Joe's, don't you feel like you just want to fuck everyone who works at a Trader Joe's?
Yeah.
Yeah,
you brought it up before, and I think it's a thing.
It's true. I think lots of people feel that way.
I think we're the only ones talking about it, and I think everyone else needs to talk about it more. I think we need to raise awareness.
They ooze raw sexuality. And the full disclaimer is not. Don't go creeping on Trader Joe's workers.
That's not what we're saying.
That's not what we're saying.
That's not what we're saying.
We're not just saying.
No.
We're just saying, be a normal human.
Yep.
Shove that shit down, and then talk about it afterwards when you leave the store.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the thing is, at Trader Joe's specifically, I do feel like...
Yeah, everyone is flirting with you.
Normally in a grocery store or any public, I gotta go in and make a transaction situation. I'm head down. I don't want interaction with people. No. I'm just here to do my business and get out. And I feel like every time I go to Trader Joe's, they break me a little bit. They find a way to get under your skin in a good way and actually make you converse with them and then talk with them. And I'm like... Yeah, that does sound good. I'm glad you're saying it's good because I wasn't afraid to try it. You have that all the time? What else pairs with this? Oh, okay.
Would you like to come over for dinner?
Yeah, I would love to.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
then before you finish paying, you're just like, I'm in love?
Yeah. Yes. Agreed.
The fucking... Yeah.
Raw sexuality of Trader Joe's. One of my friends, dear friend of the podcast, Marcus, he's been on the show, Horse Store. Check out the live episode. I don't know if we ever released it, but...
It might be on.
might
You know
be
what?
somewhere.
It's definitely on Twitch.
It's on Twitch.
/
so you can find it there.
Kickstand Comedy.
But my friend just started working there, and I would like to ask him if he, as an inside man, is aware. Like, are they aware of the thoughts people have about them?
Yeah. This is a weird thing, and I know we're distracting from the misconnection, but like
No,
this,
not at all.
there
This
is
is
like
very relevant.
something like. Okay, you know what it is? Mm-hmm. Abercrombie and Fitch is Trader Joe's Wario.
Yes.
That's it. It's the same thing.
Like, they're doing. Abercrombie is doing. Trader Joe's is doing what Abercrombie wishes they could do.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
But they didn't realize what Abercrombie doesn't realize is somebody looking vaguely queer and being very nice is what's hot. And Abercrombie thought intense heterosexuality and nudity was what was hot. So
they overdid
missed
it.
the mark.
Right. And
You know?
and it worked for them on some level, but at what cost?
But at what cost?
They lost their way, much like Wario did,
Much
famously.
like Wario. I always want to call him Wario.
Wario, you know, I feel like that...
Because it's Mario.
Some people say Mario, so, you know, I'm not saying they're right. I'm
Are
just
they
saying...
friends of yours?
No.
That was the right...
No, they're not, but they exist.
That's the right answer. They better not be friends of yours.
Anyway, something about Trader Joe's is they know what they're doing.
Inherently sensual.
And we got to get Marcus on to talk about
And
this.
ask him if they know and they're wielding it on purpose.
Yeah. Anyway.
And if he's had to have training in it.
Right. It's
Not that Marcus isn't very, charismatic on his own,
God.
but it's
Yes.
Trader Joe's are their own level. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And, you know, they picked him for a reason. What is the
They
reason?
did. Because he looks a little bit like a fuckboy.
You know what? He would have great success at Abercrombie and Fitch.
Oh no! I think they listened to this podcast. That was a compliment. It's not an insult.
It's not an insult at all. I'm saying Marcus could cross over. He could do both.
He could bridge the Abercrombie Trader Joe's divide.
Yes.
Anyways, I think that's enough about that.
Sure. I mean, where else are we going to go?
I feel good about it. Did you have any final thoughts about that?
No thoughts. I just like that this is basically addressing every single person who works in this store.
And a single grocery store.
hot.
We gotta find out where it is. It's like in weird northeast Portland.
Yeah, we'll report back, listener.
Yeah, I feel like it's gonna be new seasons, which I have never felt aroused in a new seasons. I'll say that right now.
I feel very hungry in a new seasons. They got some
Yeah.
great options.
You know what's a real cursed grocery store? Market of choice. And no, it's not just because one time a lady walked in on me using the bathroom at a market of choice, and now I have a lot of psychological trauma associated with it.
Okay.
I just think it's cursed.
Sure. I feel like you could look into that.
Nope. Here you
All
go.
right,
New
all right.
misconnection.
Here we go. Love like. Do you ever think about me? My dreams say that you do. We never fully connected, but you were always so upset when you saw anyone else with me. You climbed into my bed, my sleeping bag, my futon. We both have our own lives now, but I wonder, do you still think about me? Whoa. Did I deliver that whoa right?
Yeah, that was really
I needed
good.
to deliver in a way that made it,
Very
it's not
clear that it wasn't-
W-O-A-H.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Like, whoa, like sad. And you made it very
Whoa.
clear that it wasn't, like, your commentary on it. It
You're
was
right.
like, yeah.
It's a
yeah. I
continuation.
think you nailed it.
Yeah, the reading of these things is an art, and I'm tired of people saying it's not.
We get a lot of flack for not doing art on this podcast, and let me
Yeah.
just say, this is an art.
Yeah,
I'll say it
it's a
definitively. Right. This is a fart.
And one day, Vogue will write that piece on us.
They will.
I will keep you
Condé Nast? Is that how they say it?
Sure. Condé Nast.
Nasty freak.
If you nast.
If you nast.
Condé if you
Condé
nast.
King. Yes.
There we go.
We got there.
We got there.
It took us a minute, but we did get there.
What you're watching is live comedy.
This one was just very poetic. I feel like there's been a lot of poetic ones recently in the Portland misconnection. I don't know if you've been noticing this, but I feel like there has been a recent influx of very poetic ones, and I don't know if they're all the same person or not. I don't think so, because like they do have they all have a very similar voice, but different situations. And like this one has a lot of specifics, like you climbed in my bed, my
Right.
sleeping bag, my futon. This kind of sounds like maybe it was a cat. I don't know.
Well, now you got me thinking.
Now you got me thinking. Whoa.
Had me in the first half. It could be a cat. Could be a cat. I do think, this one is very like specific, like situational poetry. Sometimes you get poetry that's just like, I don't know what they're trying to say.
Yeah.
They're being very vague and seem to be describing not like a human event, but lots of colors and, free writing is a thing.
Shapes and sounds.
There's a lot of different voices out there in Misconnections poetry landscape.
Yes. Yeah, this is a very one that got away situation. I feel like sometimes I wonder to myself, is feeling regret a choice? And here's why I say this.
Okay.
I don't want to sound like a psychopath. However, I do feel like as though I am pretty good at like manually training myself to like if I'm in a one that got away situation where I'm like,
Sure.
oh man, I liked that person, but like that connection didn't work out, whatever. I'm really good at brainwashing myself into being like, no, this isn't a problem.
I mean, yeah, I don't think it's that regret is a choice. I think...
I sound like a psychopath.
No, you don't. I just think
I sound so mean and evil. Okay.
I
anyways.
feel like there is a word for that. You're compartmentalizing.
Yes.
That's what you can do.
Is it healthy? Jury's out.
It is a method of, I don't know. I don't know that it's unhealthy. Probably certain things you shouldn't. But, I think I compartmentalize things too. I think I definitely, have problems. And then I'm like, but when I really look at it, it's not that big in the scale of things. I'm just going to address that problem in this way and set that aside. And, then it's fine.
Yeah. I just think I'm really good at like brainwashing myself into things. Yeah. Like when I was a child, I was really good at brainwashing myself into believing my own lies. Like I would tell a lie. I won't say I'm a compulsive liar, but sometimes I do lie without knowing why I did it.
Okay.
This is really getting intimate suddenly.
No. The eye contact that's been missing is unlocking a lot right now.
Yeah. And I don't know if everyone does that. Everyone does this, maybe not. But I will sometimes accidentally find myself like lying about things, and I'm like, why did I just lie? Like that was so pointless. Like somebody will be like, hey, did you like go get lunch at Whole Foods? And I'll be like, no. And I will have just gone to Whole Foods to get lunch. Like I don't know why my brain does that. It just wants to lie about things. And so I feel like as a child, I used to do that. Like I would lie and I get really freaked out that I would get caught out. So I got really good at brainwashing myself into believing my own lies.
So, okay.
We're just going to pause the episode for a quick therapy session.
Wow. Yeah. How does
Okay, wow was the most nerve-wracking reaction you could have to that.
No.
So I'm guessing this isn't relatable.
No, it's not relatable.
Okay.
Do you feel like did you want to lie or did you just want to respond and then it came out a lie?
That's a good question. I think I just wanted to respond.
That's different.
But then I would just respond and it would be a lie and I wouldn't know why I lied. Okay, so like here's one that's like haunted me my whole life.
Sure, okay.
So in 8th grade, we had an 8th grade dance. I went to Catholic school. We didn't have a lot of dances, whatever. We went to this dance and one of the moms was like super sweet and it was like Hollywood themed or something. So it was like a red carpet. And so one of the moms volunteered to do like red carpet interviews as each of the kids walked in, right?
Yeah.
And so I had bought my dress at Dress Barn because I was like a fat little child and fat little children don't get to get dresses at fun places. They go to the Dress Barn like a 40-year-old woman. Yeah. So I got my dress at the Dress Barn, and I don't know that I consciously felt embarrassed about that, but I think subconsciously I did. Mm-hmm. And so when I was walking down the red carpet, Jasmine Gwynn's mom was interviewing me, and she was like, "Oh my God, your dress, it's so beautiful. Like, where did you get it?" And I just said, "My mom. It's my mom's," and that wasn't true. And as though that was less bad of Dress Barn, sure. But it literally came out before I could. I just automatically lied. Yeah. And then I couldn't take it back. And also that's on camera. They were filming it. I lived in fear for a while that my mom would accidentally see that and be like, why did you lie?
Oh my God.
Anyway.
That's amazing.
So that's an example.
So, yeah, I mean, that feels like... I feel like sometimes I'll respond before I'm ready to, in a way. And it doesn't come out like saying... the opposite of the truth. But it will come out in I'm real good at stalling, and I'll say, someone will ask me a question, be like, yeah, that's a good question. I feel like I want to do this, and I'm still thinking about
that really feels healthier than just doing what I do, which is just hurtling into a lie head first.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe depending on who you ask.
Maybe I should use your tactic.
Just give yourself more time.
Yeah, just be like, well, interesting you would ask that. Let me
Yeah. And sometimes I do find myself saying if someone gives me a choice, I'll like hedge my way into choice A, and then I'll realize actually I don't want that. I want B, and I feel like I only said A because maybe I think you want A or you want me to say A, and I felt like that'd be the easy option. But now that I actually think about it, that's not what I want.
I don't know anything about astrology, and I'll preface this, but that feels like a Gemini thing to do.
Sure.
You get a lot of shit from me for being a Gemini,
but it's
even though I don't know anything about astrology.
Here's what, Geminis, we're a creative people. We're very chill. Go with the flow.
But you also love to die on hills that you shouldn't love to die on.
Yeah, it really won't matter.
There was one that really pissed me off recently. I can't remember what it was.
Oh, okay. Which one? I don't know. Let's see.
It was something about music. It was when everyone was over here.
Oh, was it? Was it whether or not the band MGMT
yes!
pronounced management?
Yes! That is what it is. I wanted to kill you because I could see it in your eyes that you didn't believe your own argument anymore, and yet you would not fucking let it go. No. Shut your mouth. We're moving on.
Sure.
I'm gonna get pissed off at you. I'm holding a book of matches as we speak.
You are kind of threateningly holding a book of matches.
It's merely because I probably have some sort of weird neurological problem where I have to be fidgeting with something at all times.
That's fine.
Just happens to be something threatening this time. Anyways, okay, I'll take a nope. It's your turn.
Good.
Great. My e-waste empress. I'll preface this by saying I almost said my Iwasti empress.
That would have been good too.
It's a real cold read. My e-waste empress. Saw you last week when I was donating a comp to Free Geek. I had a beat-up desktop comp. You had a stickered to shit Mac. You wore docs and told me I look like the kind of guy who lives in my mom's basement. I do live with my mom, and I do like mean women. Let's grab a drink. Okay, officially I'm in love with this.
Great. I thought you'd like it.
That you know me so well. I'm obsessed with that. That's fantastic. Yeah. Probably because I'm really mean as a flirting technique, so I just really resonate with this Mac using doc wearing bitch.
Yeah. Sounds like a love connection here. This sounds I want to have these two people on the show. I hope they get some dates.
Honestly, I want them. I love that she said you look like somebody who lives in your mom's basement, and then he was like, I am.
Want to go out.
Incredible.
Like, yeah.
And I'm very aroused by the fact that you just said that to me. That's incredible.
Yeah.
Wow.
No notes. It's just
no
great.
Notes. It's perfect. And also the comedic timing of the way it's written. Gold star for this one.
Yeah, Craigslist provides. I wish I could take the credit, but
Father Craigslist provides.
When Craig opens a window, when he lets you into the door, he says, "Hey, have you checked out the cool shit in my windows?"
I gave you enough time to say that, and you didn't, and I'm glad you did. It was great. Thank you. Yeah, incredible.
Yeah.
My e-waste empress.
E-waste empress.
Yeah, I don't like people who are mean to me, so I can dish it, but I can't take it. I'll say that's one of the contradictions about me. Do you like people who are mean to you?
It doesn't really happen too much.
I'm pretty mean to you.
You're pretty mean to me.
You don't have to agree.
Well, no, you're right. You are. And that doesn't bother me at all. It's
good.
I really.
Because if I get too mean, I feel like I always realize it. I'm like, Todd, I'm so sorry.
Sure. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think you've ever been too mean.
I've never hurted your feelings too bad.
It's probably never that you've been too mean, and probably more I've had days where I've just been too sensitive.
Oh no!
I've just been like,
That's even worse. No, it's never that you're too sensitive. It's that I'm too mean. Feel free to be like, Sarah, you're being too mean right now. I take feedback well.
Okay, will do. But I really don't. I don't worry about it. I like it. I don't.
You don't seek it out.
I don't seek it out.
Yeah, like if somebody came up to you and was like, "You look like you live in your mom's basement," you'd be like, "I'm glad I'm never gonna interact with you again."
I'd be like, I don't, and I'm glad I don't, because the way you said it makes me feel like I should be ashamed if I do.
Yeah. In this economy, there's no shame.
No shame. I think it's a refreshing change of pace for me, honestly. When someone is like
a little mean to you,
kind of a little mean to me.
Yeah.
It's like, oh. Okay.
It's because you're so sweet and disarming. People don't want to be mean to you because you're a nice man.
People often usually don't want to be mean to me. At least not the ones I hang out with. Usually not. But yeah, you know what?
There are a few exceptions. I will say you are very good at deflecting my meanness. I think one of my favorite moments of this summer was actually we were playing a card game. Everyone was a little, we'd been imbibing of things. Who knows? Mm-hmm. We were all getting very heated. We were playing Duroc, which is like our group Russian card game.
Very good. Very fun.
And it's competitive with the people next to you, and you were sitting next to me, and you were really fucking me over, and I said, tell them that was a real bitch move, and you were like, well, I'm a real bitch! And that blew my hair back. I was like, that was amazing.
Yeah. So, I can,
You can handle it.
I can dish it, I can take it.
I can't take it. If people are mean to me, I immediately crumble. This episode is like a laundry list of reasons people should not want to hang out with me.
Well,
I compulsively lie. I'm really mean, but if you're mean to me back, even a little bit, I'll get very sad.
Yeah. Next episode will be my episode.
Yes, where we learn all of your faults.
My dirt and really...
Yeah.
Yeah. But we're going to focus on you for the the next 20 minutes.
Good.
What were we talking about? This person
people,
was mean.
If you like people being mean to you.
Right. Yeah. I'm okay with it. If someone in that setting, if a stranger decided to be like playfully mean to me in that way, I do think it would be like, I'm noticing that. Like I don't hate it. It's weird. It'd be weird, and I'm like curious more than anything. But yeah.
Yeah, maybe if they were hot enough, it would be fine.
That's It's
one of the great faults of our universe is that hot people can just kind of do whatever they want.
The level of how attracted I am to them probably does.
It does affect
a difference. If they're a real uggo, I'm gonna hate it.
Uggos don't get to be mean.
If a real ugly person said to me, "You look like you live in your mom's basement," and that's how they said it, because that's how they sound in my head, because they're very ugly.
The uggos in your head, yeah.
I'd be like, I don't care for that at all. I don't want to come back to free geek.
Freak geek.
Free geek.
All right.
Not freak geek. That's a different thing.
Freak geek. That's kinky.
I see you in a new light. That's not me. That's me reading a misconnection.
Yeah.
All right, for the people at home.
Got it. Because I'm revealing a lot about myself. You don't want them to think that that's...
I don't want them to think I'm talking about you.
Yeah.
Although, anyway, I see you in a new light. You are my mother's coworker and friend. I've always been attracted to you physically. I love large women. But never slightly considered you as a potential romantic partner. If you are afraid of the age difference, don't be. I'm so attracted to the fact that you are around 60 years old. If me being 40 doesn't bother you, then let's give it a shot. Wow.
This is why when you said to me earlier, slim pickings today, I was like, maybe for you.
I think I had a feeling you were going to find the good ones in the first part of the list. So I was like, I'll forward.
Fair enough.
20% in.
Fair enough. Thank you for leaving me the cream of the crop.
And you found it. This
Incredible.
one.
Multifaceted.
Yeah, a lot of going. I feel like I got more and more tense as it went on. I felt a little relieved when they said they were 40, because I don't know, 40, 60. You're both adults at that point. You know?
100%.
Yeah.
Okay with it. 40 and 60, 100%. Okay.
Should have led with 40. I feel like I would have felt better if I knew they were 40 in the beginning of this.
Yeah.
Because the age difference started getting really talked up, and then they were 60, and I was like, oh God, what's the next number? But okay, 60-40, sure.
It's also like immensely insulting the way they say, I never considered you as a romantic partner in my life.
Yeah.
But do you want to give it a shot?
But
that's
maybe,
so mean.
Yeah. It is a little bit.
It's a little intense. I think they're trying to neg. I think they're doing it. We talk a lot about negging on this podcast.
I think we talked about it in like the first episode.
We do. That was like our first episode.
Yeah.
Because I think it's something that happens a lot on Craigslist.
Yes, absolutely. This feels like it.
Yeah, like what 60-year-old do they think is going to be browsing Craigslist? Not to be ageist, but like...
Not to be ageist.
It's a little ageist, I guess.
It would be rare, and I think Craigslist's own statistics would show that.
And again, this is a misuse. We talked about there's misuse of this forum.
Not how it works.
This is a misuse of this forum because you know this person. It doesn't have to be a misconnection. They're your mom's coworker.
Yeah.
You can just talk to them. This is not a misconnection. This isn't somebody you saw on the street.
This isn't even like your diary. You know, go to rants and raves. If anything, really, that should be the part of the site where you can just put whatever you want.
There you go. I think these posts should be called like coward posts. I know. Okay, I take it back. Mainly, I take it back because I remember our creed when we started the podcast. And we're not here to judge the people writing them. We're trying not to be mean necessarily about them.
I get what you're saying, which is
it's just this is like this is a chance where it's not a misconnection. It's a you're too afraid to make the connection.
Yeah, you're writing things into a void that you could much easier deal with in person. And you have their info. You know how to contact them. Why are you doing that? Why are you putting it in here?
And to be frank, again, the guy from our long lean physique guy.
Yep.
And to reveal yet another unsavory characteristic about myself. That's the third thread about this. Is all of these going to relate to unsavory characteristics? I do get the impulse to be like, oh, I'm going to leave this in the universe's hands.
Sure.
Because while very fun and whimsical, that's also like a great way of avoiding responsibility.
Yeah.
Like, I love to say things like, if it's meant to be, it'll be. But that's just a way for me not to be vulnerable and take a risk for something.
Listen, yes. I think if you really wanted it, you wouldn't just put it on a misconnection.
Yeah.
You're right. It is like a little bit of like, you're kind of passing the buck. If you're you're making it a situation that's very controllable and very
and being like, I'm going to just take my hands off of it and then believe in fate. It's like, you're not actually believing in fate. You're just like wishing that somebody else would take on the responsibility of doing this.
You're hoping really hard for two coincidences to happen.
So from one hot failure mess to another, I would like to advise this reader to make their move. Mm-hmm. This is only okay because you're 40-60. I also will touch briefly on the fact that he says he loves larger women.
Yes.
Red flag. Terrifying. As a large woman, somebody says that to me, I'm running. That makes me nervous.
It was weirder to me even they put it in parentheses.
It is.
And like, you can just state it. Why the parentheses make it feel...
You can also just state it. And also, like, you don't have to tell me that there's, like, a caveat to why you like me. They're like, I know to everyone else you're completely undesirable and a heinous pig, but I like fat women.
Yeah. If someone were to me, like, listen, you're not normally my type, but you're also black. So I'd be like, all right, listen, we'll give this a shot, but... Oh, what?
Oh.
I mean...
No. You do whatever you want.
No.
Your personal life is none of my business.
No, it'd be weird.
Just kidding. Your personal life is my business.
I feel like we make it your business. And also our business.
Did you say, I feel like you make it your business?
I said we.
Oh, okay.
I said we.
Okay.
Here you go.
Surrey Central McDonald's. I was too shy to talk to you. You kept recording voice messages to yourself. Kept looking at each other but didn't talk. Around 6 p.m., November 26th. Ooh, is this from England? Surrey, England?
It's from Vancouver, BC.
Oh, okay.
I honestly hopped around a little bit. I went through some cities and I felt like I ran out and I had to pick new places and
Yeah. Do you think this person was being followed by a PI? That's what I'm getting from this.
Someone watching them and recording messages in their phone.
That's what I would think.
Yeah. I mean, it's... One thing that'd be next to someone doing that when they keep looking, making eye contact with you. Eye contact.
Yeah.
Not just looking at you.
Yeah. I agree. And I think that and they're at a McDonald's.
Well.
Which only adds to the suspicion.
Only adds to the suspense. And it was, they gave us their last known location, 6 p.m., November 26th. This is a thread and we got to follow it. I
think that it is very sus.
Pretty sus.
I think it's pretty sus.
I also just like the idea of, doing something as private, maybe as recording voice memos or leaving people. They're saying they left a voice message for themselves. So you're journaling out loud to yourself
in public at a McDonald's.
In public at a McDonald's. At the least, it's like a grocery list.
Yeah.
Anything more than that, though, is prescription information.
No, we don't want that.
Personal stuff.
Body count.
It's being
list.
Hey.
Death or sex.
Diary, it's me again. There's this man in this McDonald's.
See, it's a PI.
Yeah. See?
We just made full circle to a PI. Yeah, that is very intense. My friends and I have started sending audio messages to each other a lot more. I know that you were a real forerunner to that. You love sending me your memoji. I did that for you today because I thought you might enjoy it.
I did enjoy it. And the only reason I didn't run back is because I was at work
He didn't. Yeah,
in an office.
Exactly. It's like that's my only downside with the audio messages is like if you get one, like it's been fine during the pandemic because usually I'm at home all day, and so we're like audio messaging back and forth. But like even when I was at my parents' house and people were audio messaging me, I was like, what if there's something horrible in this? Because we do say horrible things to each other.
Yeah.
What if there's something horrible in this? And I play this in front of my parents.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. So I'm.
This is the downside. This is the downside audio messages. They're easier than typing out all your thoughts, but they're also it's a double-edged sword.
It's a double-edged sword. I don't know if the audio one. We're getting into nitty-gritty here, but I know on like other voice apps, you can hold it up to your phone or hold it up to your ear, and it'll like
you're talkie on the phone.
It'll play through the ear speaker, and not the the out loud speaker.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. That's how Elena and I used to did a lot of flirting that way back in the day.
You little hotties, were you sexting over audio message? My God.
No, I assure you, it was not sexy. It was mostly.
Was she just being mean to you?
It was mostly impressions.
Oh my God. That is. Oh my God. That was a devastating mental blow.
But you know what? It worked. Isn't that the weird part?
Mostly impressions.
We did a lot of.
I'm obsessed with you two. I have no word. You need to just read another misconnection while I process that.
That's fair. I'll give you a moment to yourself. Oh boy, am I going to give you a moment. Mm-hmm. Oh, a long one. Here we go. Sutter Station Tavern at 3:33 p.m. I'm standing outside Sutter Station Tavern waiting for a bus. You walked up and put your arm around me, greeting me like we knew each other, but I didn't recognize you. I studied your face, looked into your eyes. Brown hair and beard looked fuzzy and sparkly. You said, "How's the tavern?" I said, "I don't know. I didn't go in. I'm waiting for the bus." Bus to where? Home. Home would be nice tonight. I might stay at the Hilton. Okay. So, SF is home? Yeah. I'm going to Costa Rica tomorrow. Are you serious? Yes. Are you going to... I think that's my bus. I'm going to Manuel Antonio. I looked at your shoes, and they were the same mustard color as mine, and I ran to the bus, saying, "We are shoe twins." You were holding a few small bags in one hand. Looked disheveled, mysterious, on mushrooms or lost. Strange, handsome man. I want to know your story.
That was honestly excellent reading. Where is his Emmy? His daytime
Thank you.
Emmy?
It's coming.
I hope so.
It's coming.
It better be. It's in the mail.
Once they keep, they got to respond to my emails too eventually. Wow, this was a whole scene.
This is a whole scene. They really, and like the fact that they remembered the entire conversation is pretty impressive. I don't remember anything I do. Moments, my next fault. I don't remember anything I do moments after I do it.
I mean, I think I have that problem worse now because of the pandemic brain. I feel like, even before though, in the before times, it was bad. Like,
yeah,
I would be like trying to remember like what I ate for dinner last night. I did. Fucking, was it pancakes? No, that was breakfast. I don't know if I ate last night. I don't remember.
I don't know. Probably didn't because I don't remember it.
Yeah. But yeah, this was an impressive recall.
Very impressive. And also like not the reaction I would have had to a stranger coming and putting their arm around me. I would have like elbowed that person in their solar plexus. Yeah.
First reaction, elbow them in their solar plexus. Second action, be like, are you all right? Are you covering for something? Like, is there someone you're trying to avoid? I'm sorry I just hit you.
I would not be sorry.
Okay, I'm not sorry.
Everyone is an enemy until proven otherwise.
I think that's the only way to live safely.
Yes.
Yeah, shoot first. Ask questions.
Oh my God. With your elbows. Shoot with your elbows.
Shoot with your elbows.
Yeah, we're not advocating for guns here.
No, when people do the gun show thing, they're talking about their elbows.
Yeah.
Right. That's
a really good, Tom's doing a really good impression. He just looks like a triangle.
Thank you. I've been working on achieving my Michael Phelps swimmer triangle body. Doritos.
That one was just wild. It just it is a thing, people in San Francisco are very quirky. This one I pulled from my hometown, sorry.
I noticed there's an SF in there.
There is a little sneaky one.
Eagle-eared listeners will know.
Will know.
Yeah.
Good job. Gold star for you.
Yeah.
So. I just pulled this one from home, and I do feel like SF is a place where things like this happen, but usually it's a bad thing. And I'm glad this person took it in a whimsical stride, but if they live in SF, that's probably why. 'Cause
Right.
they're used to it.
Right, because they live in a place where hills go zigzag and make no sense, and they have
Hills go
trolleys.
zigzag. Hills go zigzag.
Hills go zigzag, and you're like,
Zigzag.
what? And the houses are colorful, and they got a trolley system.
Painted lady.
They basically live in Toontown. Like, let's be real. It's really real life Toontown.
I think I was getting that mixed up with Lazy Town.
Oh, I never watched Lazy Town, but I have seen the TikToks and
Yes.
the memes. So
Yeah.
I
Oh
basically
my
have.
God, see, I've been on TikTok.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah.
How many more do you have, misconnections?
I believe I have one more.
Okay, perfect. Wait.
One more and then one to end.
Got
if
it,
that
got
is
it, got it,
possible.
got it.
Good.
Okay. You gonna give it to me? Or
No, I just want
gonna
this to
look at me?
hang in awkward backstage business mode for a minute.
Got it. Secrets.
Right.
You wanted me to tell you a secret? Okay. Sunday save on Fraser Highway. I was waiting in my car for waiting someone while you walked by, parked right beside me. You were breathtaking. I attempted to stretch to see your face, and you definitely caught me. The fuck does that mean?
Well, I had to think about it a lot, so I have a perfect picture of how it went
Please,
down.
can you paint a word picture for us?
Paint a word picture for our listeners. Sorry for the squeaky chair. I'm getting in position. So yeah, they're in their car. They're like, in what, the driver's seat?
Yeah, they got one hand on the wheel like this.
We got one hand on the wheel because you're waiting in your car. You put
Yeah.
a hand on the wheel, so
Yeah.
like people don't think you're stealing it.
Yes.
Right. The hand tells them this is my
This
car.
is my car. Yeah.
See? And then someone is in the car next to them, right?
Okay,
Getting into
okay.
their car.
Yes.
So I imagine
Well, this person's oh no, you're right.
walking into their car.
You're right. You're
Okay.
right.
I studied the scene.
You did, and I am so sorry for doubting the expert. That was rude of me.
I went to college for 4 years.
Just
perfect
to
this craft.
reenact.
And look what I'm doing
Those
now.
most
Yes.
connections. Yeah.
And so yeah, they're in the passenger seat. The person's getting in next to them. I feel like what they did was kind of like lean kind of into the window, because you
ooh,
can't
yeah.
see the head.
Did a little press.
Right.
Press against the
So
cold glass.
They kind of lean back and in like to get like a look at the face because they were attracted to the rest
the
of them.
body, yaddy, yaddy.
The body, yaddy, 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 yaddy.
Yep.
And so they did that, not knowing because they couldn't see their face.
Yeah.
that their face
how were they to know?
was already turned that way.
Oh my god.
And
This is so
whoops.
embarrassing.
You know what? It would be. I think I put myself in their shoes. I was like, I'd feel weird. Like even if it was totally innocent, I was just like, oh, I want to see what this person's face looks like.
Yeah.
Just to see them staring back at you. I was like,
It's
oh no.
it's a little bit alarming when you
Yeah.
meet eyes with people that you did not expect to be observed. I do that a lot. Like a lot of times when I'm outside, I wear sunglasses.
Yeah.
Because I'm a little baby, and I don't like sunshine in my eyeballs.
Sure.
And when I don't wear sunglasses, I find myself blatantly staring at people because I forget that they can now see my eyes, and it's jarring every time
Yeah.
I realize that they can see that I see them.
We need to get over eye contact as a society. We just need to like.
It's not even eye contact; it's like staring at people. I want to be
just-
allowed to stare at people,
Right.
Because
Yeah.
there's a lot you don't get if you're just doing little quick glances.
Yeah. Sometimes you just want to people watch without feeling like a weirdo.
There you go.
You just are experiencing people. We're a collective like species sharing this planet, and like we get weirded out when we like look at each other. It's weird.
Let us experience people.
It's weird. Yeah.
That's your platform.
That
for
is my
mayor.
platform. I've been really trying to think about like what are my points of view.
My first is let us experience people.
It is just weird that we like get so awkward around like
Yeah.
strangers. Like there's reason to like be like not immediately treating them like you've known them for 100 years.
Sure.
But
This is different.
I feel like Canada. I don't think they have this problem.
Oh,
I think Canada,
I think you're really painting them to be a real wonderland, and I don't know that they are.
the Great White North, they call it.
Oh,
I don't know why, but
cocaine.
oh yeah. Well, listen, back in the day, 90s Canada, maybe when I visited as a tot, and granted, this was my family of friends, very well-off family friends, like 3-story home.
Oh my.
Where I also traveled and became ill, much like you.
Relatable. We're just
Relatable.
experiencing people. We're relatable.
But I do feel like I don't know. They made a big deal out of like, yeah, no one really locks their doors here. It was just like, what?
That's nightmarish. Maybe in the 3-story housing development, they lived with a gate on it.
Maybe the gated community they lived in.
That's
You're
too
right.
many floors in a house.
Yeah,
I would have just expanded horizontally, not to.
like like a school.
Well, I wouldn't have expanded vertically my
Sure.
home space. I would have expanded horizontally in a perfect world.
Do you, in your perfect world, do you start with 2 floors and then go to a third sideways?
No.
Or you're saying you're going to, you want...
sideways. Just make your 2 floors larger.
I'm confused. I don't understand.
Like as opposed to building another apartment on top
Right.
of mine.
Yeah.
Tell him just knock out this wall and absorb that apartment.
Okay, so it's like 2.5 floors.
I'm done. We're out. I hate experiencing people. I never want to experience another person in my life.
See, that's the thing. There's too many people have ruined
There's too many people to experience.
Honestly, the less you know, I think there's an exact, there you could draw a graph. The less people you know, the better you probably think about people. Yeah. And the more you get to know.
Unless you're like one of those kids who's like raised in their house, in their bedroom, locked in their bedroom for their entire lives.
Well, does the graph just stop if they're not being introduced to new people? I'm going to say that situation and that person's feelings are not valid to my research. I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
I need people who meet people in greater and greater increments as time goes on.
All right.
I'm not saying we shouldn't do something about that situation. I just don't see how it's relevant to my point.
You're not going to make a great politician. I just talked you into a corner so fast.
Oh, I think I'm going to make a great politician.
All right.
Really let it hang in the air there.
Let it rip.
I got one for you.
Oh.
No, give me mine.
Wait, I thought you only had one more and then the final one.
Yeah.
So what are you doing?
Didn't I? No, you owe me one, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
So why did you say you have one for me? You don't.
Because you know what? I don't. You know what? I forgot. Because we changed how we do this suddenly. And now it's different. Okay.
All right.
Overalls and sparkly hair. You needed hardware for your door. The utilitarian nature and confidence got my attention. To work in labor and rock that look made me wish I didn't end the conversation early as a line of grumpy slumlords piled up behind you while we talked about weird locks and how patents and capitalism ruined repair and interchangeability in salvage. Maybe one day you'll be back and we can mock contractors and build cool shit together.
Really a love story.
Really? A very, very, hardware-centric love story.
Yes. Hardware does take the center of this story.
Yeah, and it makes me really, I do want to see, a rom-com about two men who, the kind of guys who are always in Home Depot, who just find each other in a Home Depot and keep returning to Home Depot to have more conversation.
Aww,
and it's always
that's
sure,
so cute.
it's about locks. Sure, it's about doors, but
it's not.
It's not.
It's homoerotic.
No, that's not it. We can't name it that.
Depotic? Is that what you were trying to do?
I'm trying to name this rom-com.
Homo-depotic. Homo Depot. I can say it.
I mean, you can. You can. I love it. And you know what?
I love that you started to say homo and then you were like, I can't.
I can't.
No, it's good. You know your limits. It's fine.
You know what? You got words you can't say?
I do.
I've given you a free pass.
No, it's a trap, and I know it's a trap. Every time you do it, I know it's a trap because you're not sneaky.
Yeah. You're right. If I've ever said that to you, I am setting you up.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Last year this time we made a fake movie poster. I might have to make another one
for Homo Depot.
Who would we cast? Who would we cast in this film?
Ooh. I think I would cast.
We need a real Armie Hammer type. Just kidding.
Well, this is really out of left field. Armie Hammer and Timothée Chalamet. No. I think I would cast John C. Reilly as one of them.
Oh.
Because I think he is really tender.
Yes.
And I think that he could strike a good balance between playing up the hardware thing and being a tender person.
I can see it.
And so I could see a John C. Reilly, and then I think maybe a Stanley Tucci.
Oh, you did it!
Did that just...
Yeah.
Did that just...
Yeah.
Make you...
Like
it did me? I'm sorry. Sometimes things come out of my mouth before I realize what I'm saying.
No, we've talked about it. Yeah, we know.
It's a dream.
That's a good pairing.
And then the slightly homophobic female Home Depot worker, I think would be played by Christina Applegate.
Ooh, shit. Oh, I hate her in this. Oh, it's good.
Yeah, is this really... And then John C. Reilly's adult child, I think, would maybe have to be Kristen Stewart.
Wow.
And she's Dad, like, you have to go back to that Home Depot. And he's like, I don't know if we had a connection like that. She's like, Dad, you have to.
Dad, you have to fuck that man.
You haven't.
Probably
you haven't cast anyone.
I don't have notes
it's
yet.
Mine is perfect.
You're doing great.
Really
like, for me to
perfect.
cast anyone, I have to invent new characters. I'm like, who else does the story need?
That's true. It's a tight cast.
It's a tight
I think
cast.
that maybe Stanley Tucci has an ex-wife.
Yeah.
Like, Stanley Tucci is a bisexual.
These are two men who were not openly gay until later in life.
Exactly.
They discovered themselves.
And each other. Who do you think Stanley Tucci's ex-wife would be?
Vera Farmiga.
Ooh!
Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah.
That's really good.
There's some weight there.
She's like, wants to be supportive of him, but she also feels like he's her ex, you know?
Yeah.
Like, so she doesn't know how to feel.
It's a tough spot. You know, I think I've told the story before, but my high school band teacher, like, had a wife and came in one day and, like, kind of was obviously very, like, upset and kind of down, but not in a way like he was angry, but, like, enough that we, as students in the class, had to, like,
picked up on it.
Be like, what's going on, teacher? Which is, like, a weird spot to be in as a kid.
It is very uncomfortable.
He, like, was honest about it, and his wife would come out and decide to end their marriage, and
damn.
So this shit happens.
It does. It happens.
But, like, also, like, it's a weird position. Like, I want to be supportive, but also it's kind of like it's a little heartbreaking.
It's a little heartbreaking. I will say though, Stanley Tucci is bisexual, so it's not that he wasn't attracted to Vera Farmiga.
He just didn't.
It's like that person,
right?
He couldn't connect with.
Okay.
Because like, I think we need more bisexual representation in movies.
Okay.
But John C. Reilly's just straight up gay.
Yeah.
Anyways, so that's our casting of Homo Depot, which Colin, I give you a free pass to say.
Great.
And yeah, I feel like we've done our work today. So this is the end of the podcast.
We did it.
But we've got one more misconnection for you after our little credits, so stick around so you could hear that.
Yeah.
We'd like to thank all of you for listening. We'd like to thank Rosie Sherman for creating our wonderful theme song. You can check her out on Instagram at HeyShermy. She does some great and hilarious art and also music. And yeah, if you liked what you heard today, make sure to give us 5 stars on the Apple Podcast app. It really helps us out. Also, tell a friend about us, because that's how the podcast gets spread around. If you have a misconnection you'd like to send to us, you can send that to us on any of our social media. We're on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, all under Craig's Crisis. Or you can send us an email with some attachments, old school style, at craigcrypod@gmail.com. That's CraigCrypod@gmail.com.
I got something to plug.
Yeah, do it.
If you are in the Portland, Oregon area, you might want to come to Fake Radio, which is a show I'm in. It is actually, Fake Radio is a troupe that started in LA. Now they do shows in Portland, but it's a bunch of actors, voice actors, improvisers who take old-timey radio scripts. A lot of times, film studios, to like capitalize on the success of a movie, would like produce the same script for radio, and a lot of times they'd use the same actors. And they were all sponsored by weird old things like Lux Soap. And we take those scripts and we read them as written, but also we do improvise around them and just have fun with it, and it's a good time.
Awesome.
And we're doing that this Saturday and Sunday.
Not Friday.
Not Friday at all. Saturday the 4th and Sunday the 5th. The script is Frank Capra's It's a Wonderful Life.
Ooh.
Our guest star is Mindy Sterling, who you might know from Austin Powers. You might know from the Goldbergs. You might know from a little movie called How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Fuck.
And it's going to be a good time. That's the 4th and the 5th.
Fake Radio.
First day, I think it's sold out. That's at the Vault Theater in Hillsborough. But there's still some room, I believe, for Sunday at Curious Comedy Theater.
Woo-hoo! So check it out.
Check it out. I'll put some stuff in the link. The stuff, you know.
Stuff in the stuff in the link stuff.
All right. Thanks for standing by. We got one more to take you home.
All right.
And I'm going to let Sarah read that.
BB Dinosaur. I still love you. I miss you. And I miss my mom.
I'm Tom Bigelow.
I'm Sarah Thompson.
This has been Craig's Existential Crisis. Wow.
Wow, we got to do it actually
At the same time.
synced up. That was like so hot.
That was like...
Not as hot as John C. Reilly and Stanley Tucci in a